Our fifth honoree, Representative Stephanie Bolden, T. Bolden, was nominated by Senator Margaret Rose Henry. Representative Bolden has spent her life being of service to others. For 35 years as a classroom teacher, by helping City of Wilmington students attend college, by being a foster mother, by supporting seniors through her annual Thanksgiving Day project, by serving on the Wilmington City Council and sponsoring significant legislation from domestic violence to protecting victims to the creation of civic associations, to literally standing on the corner to ensure the safety of her community, and finally by serving as representative for the 2nd District and focusing on legislation for seniors and children in foster care, and so much more. Here's a video that highlights Representative Bolden's many accomplishments.
I would like to personally congratulate the Honorable Stephanie T. Bolden for her induction in the Delaware Women's Hall of Fame.
Stephanie has always been a person to help people.
She is very compassionate about the people in her district because Stephanie grew up with just a father. Her mother died when she was very, very young.
My mother and father and all the other girlfriends, sister friends that she has, we all took Stephanie in. We all treated Stephanie like she was our own, like she was our blood sister. So I think with that, knowing that people are so kind and giving, I think that makes her want to give back even more because people cared about her and still do.
So in a way, the community helped to bring her up. I think that accounts for her compassion and her commitment to her community, is that she grew up knowing how important community was to one.
Stephanie's political career has included 20 years of Wilmington City Council, where she served as the first female appointed president pro tem, and she established the Burton Phelan Scholarship Fund.
Every year, she would have a fashion show or a dinner to get kids matriculated to go to school. She just went out of her way to do anything to raise money to help the kids in the community. And let me tell you something, just last week, Stephanie took a young lady that graduated from Howard High School, very good grades. Stephanie wanted to get her out of the community. She wanted to stay around the community, and that community area where she wanted to stay is really bad. Stephanie got her a scholarship to Delaware State University. Not only did she get her a scholarship, she borrowed my car, because I have an SUV, to take this young lady down with all her belongings so she could register to go to school. So it never stops. It just never stops.
Stephanie is now starting her 6th term as a member of the Delaware House of Representatives, representing the 2nd District.
The thing that worries me a little bit is that she will get on the corners and fight the drug dealers. And I said to her, Stephanie, that's a little dangerous because those guys are bigger than you are. But she said, they have no business on the corner. They're interrupting people's peace and quality of life. And she will actually, I've seen her go out and talk to them.
Stephanie will step out. She'll step out on faith. She will step out where I wouldn't do some things that Stephanie would do. But she is just so confident that things are going to work out, that she can help someone, that she's just going to go above and beyond whatever it is. And I just can't say that enough. She's just always been this way. It doesn't have to be for form or fashion. She's not out there just to get her pictures taken or saying that she's done these great things. Beyond the camera, beyond people being around, Stephanie T. Bolden is Stephanie T. Bolden. She will always be the same person till end of time.
Congratulations again for being a caregiver, foster mother, educator, legislator, but mostly for being an honorable person.
Welcome. So for putting the needs of the community above your own and for fighting for seniors and children in foster care, Stephanie T. Bolden, please join me on stage, which you're here, and officially be inducted into the Delaware Women's Hall of Fame.
Don't look at my feet, okay? Minor surgery, but I'm good. Even though I'm in the fourth quarter, I'm still heading for the touchdown. First of all, good evening, Governor and First Lady Tracy Carney, committee members, state legislators, family, friends, guests, and fellow honorees. It is just such a great pleasure to be here and among each and every one of you. And I want to say a special good evening to the members of the African American Task Force, which I was able to form when we received enough African Americans in the State House and in the Senate. So would you please stand up? I am just so, but before that, Bill Bush for allowing us to be here in his district. And I'm just so very humbled to be awarded this distinguished award among so many extraordinary women within their own rights from different areas, different categories, but love of people and service. And many thanks to the Delaware Hall of Fame Women's Commission for this privilege, the process, the person that was able to nominate me, who couldn't be here tonight because of a severe illness of a friend of hers. My life has centered around two mottos: enter to learn and go forth to serve. One reason that I'm here today, that I give thanks to that particular motto and the place in which it came, to my strong foundation, support, network of friends, and family. I am also blessed with many connections thanks to my alma mater, Delaware State University, where I learned the importance of giving back, serving without reaping monetary benefits, but the benefits that I acquired from others. Second motto is to serve. The service is the rent I pay for living. It's not something that I do in my spare time. That lesson I learned from my father. Strong values, respect, and the will to do for others regardless of their situations, inspired me to do several pieces of legislation as a community legislator and advocate. I pushed for bills that mirrored the importance of community. To name a few which have been mentioned, is House Bill 417, which passed and was signed by our governor, and that was one that dealt with the mechanism of financial institutions to freeze transactions that they suspect of financial exploitation of elderly persons. And HB 269, a bill that requires the Department of Youth and Family Services to report fraud with foster kids, so that when they leave foster care, that they are able to have a good credit report in case someone's used their Social Security number while they were. Other highlighted legislation that I'm most proud of are concurrent and consecutive sentencing, the Camera Watch program, which placed 10 cameras in the city of Wilmington in highly drug-infested areas, which led to a city and statewide video camera surveillance system. The Beau Biden background check bill for summer camp professionals, and of course, my creation of the Burton Phelan Memorial Scholarship. That's a scholarship where I saw African-American minority kids living in the Councilmatic district were having problems paying tuition. So I created this with a fashion show, dinners, banquets, etc., to be able to raise money and help them toward tuition for 3 years, not 1 year, but 3 years. I don't bother with the freshmen, they can find money. However, they don't always stay there, but you are investing in sophomores, juniors, and seniors for a total of 4 years, and they must be a matriculating college student or university. They must give back to the community, and they must have a 2.5 ACUM. And as indicated, I was the first African-American president pro temp woman, period, in the city council, and I'm also the longest-serving African-American female in the state of Delaware. Thank you. And with all the things I've gone through this year, I plan to be here for some time. I'd like to give special thanks and praises to my family, consisting of PhDs, CEOs, lawyers, teachers, vice presidents of school boards, presidents on the board of universities, state service providers, childhood college friends, and former president of Wilmington City Council, Ted Blunt, and the father of our first and only, not only woman of color, but woman in the Congress, Lisa Blunt Rochester, which I equate a lot of the services and experience I had. I had to say Ted Blunt's name. Is he still here? And lastly, and before that, all of the persons in the categories I named in my family and friends, please stand up. I want to give you applause because you are the wings beneath my wing. In concluding, special thanks and praises to my family, and lastly, the friends that made the video. I want to thank you for not asking me to pay you or bribe you for the service that you provided. And thanks again for this honor. I believe we must give each other flowers while we were able to smell them. And may we all continue to be leaders of excellence, bond, confidence, and good listeners. Remembering, a candle loses nothing but lighting another. From the looks of what we see here this evening, I can tell that the future is going to be bright. Thank you, and may God continue to bless you.
T is for terrific.
Tell him that.
I am. Thank you, Representative Stephanie T for terrific, Bolden.